up as a character, the fans who are in it, their family are going to buy 10 copies each. Good luck.
Ele falou que ele adora cosplay. Ele viu até aquela moça que estava com cosplay no personagem dele. E assim, uma coisa que ele gosta de fazer é pegar a foto do pessoal que faz cosplay e colocar eles dentro dos quadrinhos. Porque aí tipo, são pessoas com a fantasia, não são só um monte deles. As pessoas estão lá. E se nesse final, se eles tiverem tipo, dentro do quadrinho, a família vai comprar umas 10 edições cada um.
I said, hello. This is very neat to be seeing you in person.
Oh, it's me seeing you too. What happened?
We've seen each other on Facebook, but it's okay.
What's your name?
It's Andre Rossi.
Okay, but
I'm from Rio. I talked to you and Felicia.
Yes, my wife.
Yes, about coming here today.
You were the one that who contacted her. She told me that.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's me. I got 2 questions for you. They're simple, but I don't think they have ever been asked before. Let's go back in time, George, in 1991. You were at DC Comics, and you were writing Wonder Woman, preparing everything, all the surroundings for War of the Gods, right? Question number 1. What was the deal with Dr. Psycho? I mean, you left the book, and Dr. Psycho, ever since, has been a mess. Well, I remember you saying that you were going to make him build a bridge to the gods, but that was never developed. So what was the deal?
The problem was I lost Karen Berger. Karen was the woman, my editor, who was always championing what I wanted to do with Wonder Woman. Because she had faith in it. Then Karen had the nerve of getting pregnant.
Boa sorte de novo, né? A primeira pergunta foi, tipo, em 91, o que ele estava fazendo?
Ele trabalhava na Mulher Maravilha e estava escrevendo um crossover chamado Guerra dos Deuses, que nunca foi publicado aqui no Brasil. E tem um vilão que ele desenvolveu chamado Dr. Psycho, que a origem dele nunca foi contada. E todo mundo que pegou esse personagem depois fez uma bagunça do personagem e a gente nunca sabe realmente qual é a origem que o George queria para o personagem. What was his origin? Nobody knows.
I think all plans that I had, when Karen left, well, actually we should say about Karen, my editor Karen, around that time got pregnant. So she went off on maternity leave. And no one else at the time at DC really had that kind of faith in Wonder Woman. So they kind of let things go crazy. I wanted to do a woman as a hero. They wanted basically Superman in a skirt, I guess. And all the stuff that I built, when I left the series, they just ignored. Now, I'm not bitter about that. It's their character. I don't own Wonder Woman. But I remember Dick Giordano was kind of upset by this. You gave them all these things they could do, and they decided, oh no, let's just forget about it. And I mean, I never read John Byrne's Wonder Woman. Not because I didn't like it or like him. It's just that I don't read the books after I leave. And then when he created his version of that same world using somebody who's like Julia Capitelis, but not Julia Capitelis. Someone like Vanessa, but not Vanessa. Someone like Eden Delicato, now a woman, but not. I can create copies of the same types of characters. It made no sense to me. But again, those who liked it, fantastic. Those who didn't, not everyone liked what I did either. So. All right, good luck.
Foi o seguinte, teve esse problema porque a editora dele ficou grávida e teve que sair. E aí o pessoal simplesmente ignorou tudo que ele tinha feito, né? E aí, tipo, teve um outro cidadão que, tipo, começou a fazer os personagens, mas não era exatamente os personagens, assim,
foram cópias, que eram cópias, na verdade, do que ele já tinha criado anteriormente. E eles ignoraram, ele ignorou toda a história que ele já tinha criado para personagem. Depois que ele saiu. You think that was some kind of retaliation? Because you quit DC at the time, you were very angry. And
Well, yeah, the thing is, because I didn't think they were treating, it was Wonder Woman's 50th anniversary, and they weren't paying attention to that at all. They didn't care. But again,
there was Armageddon 2001, and you were very upset because War of the Gods was supposed to be the major event, and it was not.
No, they decided, no, that's not making a crossover, and they started putting legends together. I said, oh my God, you got two crossovers going at the same time. You have Wonder Woman there too. How can I work around that? You know, and so it was one of those things. It was time to go.
Okay, now question number 2, please.
Mm-hmm.
What were your plans after quitting Wonder Woman? Let's suppose you didn't quit. You know, what were you going to do with which direction would Wonder Woman go?
I honestly don't remember now because I had to make so many compromises. I was getting lost as to where I was going at that point.
Ele perguntou se ele não tivesse saído da DC, quais seriam os planos para Mulher Maravilha. E ele não se lembra, porque já tem muito tempo e teve outros projetos aí acontecendo.
First of all, it's an honor to be in this interview.
Thank you. And with all of you too. He's not ignoring you.
Today the comic industry is guided by the movies. And you as a old school artist, what do you think about this?
Well, the thing is, for me, that's putting the cart before the horse. I mean, my feeling was the reason Superman is popular, the reason Batman is, the reason the Titans are popular, Wonder Woman, is because the comics made it that way. We weren't creating a comic to sell to movies. We were creating a comic to do a good story. And that success is what led to that. Now they're thinking to reverse that. When we do a comic, we're trying to sell it as a movie. So we're not doing comics, we're doing storyboards. And the decisions are not made based on telling a good story. It's what can we do to sell this to a bigger audience in the movies? And I don't blame DC or Marvel or anybody for doing that. That's their rights, their character. I'd be a hypocrite because of television shows like Arrow that use Deathstroke, video games that use the Titans characters, Cyborg, and all these others. I earn a lot of money in royalties. A lot of money. In fact, I only do one page this entire year. I made enough of a living to be very comfortable. Thanks to you guys playing video games, which I don't play. Or watching the TV show Arrow, that type of thing. So, if that's what they want to do, that's fine. That's why I needed Boom. Because I needed to be creative again. I didn't want to just draw what somebody else wants me to draw. I wanted to draw stories again. And that's my feeling. But again, those who work that way and want to work that way, it's just like Hollywood, it's just like television. That's the way you make business. I'm not going into she-devils expecting to make a lot of money. That's very liberating. To draw, to be able to work on a book because I want to be creative and I'm not worried about will this sell anywhere else. I just want to do the best story I can. Good.
Ele perguntou que agora tem a questão do cinema e tudo mais. Aí ele falou que assim, não, por que os personagens ficaram famosos? Porque a gente queria contar boas histórias. Né? Por isso que eles ficaram famosos. Mas agora não, agora você quer fazer uma história para vender o cinema. Então já não é mais uma história, é um storyboard. Né? E aí sim, eu não tenho nada contra isso, inclusive eu ganho muito dinheiro com isso, vocês compram o videogame e a série de TV, por mim tudo bem. Mas eu quero voltar a ser criativo, por isso que a Boom está sendo tão importante para mim.
Só se lembrando, você faz uns 15 minutinhos, por favor, tá, gente? Aqui tá.
Go ahead and ask.
Oh, it's me. I wanted to talk about the difference you feel about the moment at the company, DC, in the time of crisis in Event Earth, and the new 52s, the two changing points, and it's great. It's completely different, I think.
Well, New 52, the biggest problem is that so many people are involved to kind of decide, and they keep changing their minds. Crisis, Marv Wolfman was the initiator of Crisis, and he discussed it with the other writers. And it had a definite plan. We had a definite idea of what we wanted to do. What happened afterwards, that became a mess. But it had a definite point, and it was to do something that made the comic better, the company better. In order to clean up the confusion of all the Earths. So it may not have been the best idea, but at least it was an idea trying to make the comic better. Not like a lot of the New 52, where, okay, let's make Superman so we can make a movie out of Superman. You know, what will make the Hollywood studios look at this book and say, ooh, I can make a movie, as opposed to, how can we make this a better Superman comic? That's what I think the difference is. We were trying to make a good comic. We weren't trying to do a big, making a company icon to be exploited. We just wanted to do good comics.
O problema do Final 52 é que era muita gente pensando junto e sempre mudando de ideia. Já na crise, não. Mas na crise...
Eles não estavam preocupados em fazer personagens para o cinema, sem contar uma boa história.
Então, assim... mas ele fez uma
crise também, o Mark Wolf, nos últimos exato.
Dueling interpretation. Okay. I never know where I'm ending.
Só para aproveitar essa pergunta, how many times in advance is he contact you for the new 52 Superman to start writing, drawing?
I'm sorry, I don't know what to translate. I can't understand.
How many times in advance is he contact you for the new 52?
We were behind schedule the day we started. Yeah, that was the problem.
They did for 2 hours.
Yeah, we did yesterday, thank you. By the time we actually got to start, we had a lot of lead in, but they kept changing their mind. By the time I was ready to start, I had already lost 4 months. And just getting started. So that was the biggest problem, because it wasn't me talking with an editor, it was editors talking to the vice president, talking to the president, talking to the publisher, talking to the movie studios, and everyone had a different idea. So, that, to me, that was, I couldn't work that way anymore. I couldn't start a story, and then halfway through they say, we changed our mind. Can you go back and rewrite this another way? Meaning what they said yes the first time. And that was happening way too often.
O problema foi que eu já comecei 4 meses atrasados, porque não era o editor conversando comigo, era o editor conversando com o vice-presidente, o presidente, todo mundo mudando de ideia. Não tem como trabalhar desse jeito. E aí eu começava a desenhar, depois estava tudo pronto, o cara virava, não, a gente quer outra coisa agora, você vai ter que começar do zero.
So when you think about it, it's like Hollywood. When you see a movie being planned, how many times they go back to rewrites, how many times they go back to rethinking. But they're doing that for one movie. We had to do that for years worth of books. It doesn't work the same way.
Vocês veem Hollywood fazendo isso várias vezes, só que é para apenas um filme. A gente tem que fazer para vários livros que são
vários anos. Vários anos. Vários anos.
Sir, he asked pretty much the same question I was going to ask, but I'd like to explore your answer, because not only DC Comics has started this universe, but also Marvel. So, as a fan and as a professional, I'd like to hear your opinion about what you think about this restarts of the whole chronology from the major companies.
Well, the thing is, it's like throwing the baby out with the bathwater. It's it's like, yes, you want to develop a new audience, but you're disenfranchising or eliminating the older audience, who basically they were there during the hard times. Young audiences are fickle; they'll go with whatever's shiny. And I think it's a tough one, because yes, the sales of comics, like the sales of all paper magazines have been going down. Yes, so they're trying to do desperate things, trying to appeal to those who are into video games. How can we make a comic more like a video game? How can we make a comic more like a blockbuster? Again, I understand it. It's just that after 40 years, it's not something I wanted to do anymore. I was in a situation where I wasn't enjoying myself doing comic, and that's going to start showing in my work, and I didn't do that. I'm so grateful. I mean, I'm still the pretty girl at the dance. I get asked to dance by everybody. I mean, I turn down work from Marvel. I turn down work from DC. I turn down more work than I can accept. So like the fact that I can do something that I want to do and have fun again, that's all that matters. And I'm making my money from the stuff that I did years and years ago. I'm very grateful. And I had a great time doing that. I want to recapture that. I want to go back to those days, and when I drew comics not because I was going to earn a lot of money, because I wasn't, but because I couldn't imagine myself doing anything else.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Ele perguntou, como fã e como profissional, o que ele acha desses reboots, né, das grandes empresas. Ele falou que entende porque, bem, o pessoal quer dinheiro e tal, mas que assim, é para pegar um novo mercado, mas eles estão ignorando o mercado que já está aí também. Então fica essa coisa, eles estão tentando desesperadamente, eles estão tentando fazer o quadrinho ficar como videogame, assim, para pegar esse pessoal, mas não é isso que ele quer, assim, ele tem que recusar um monte de trabalho, mais até do que ele conseguiria fazer, né, e no final, você lembra do final?
I'm going off topic for a second.
Ele trabalhou 40 anos com isso e ele não aguenta mais trabalhar dessa forma. Ele quer voltar, ele quer recapturar aqueles dias que ele se divertia fazendo os desenhos e trazer isso de volta. E quando ofereceram esse trabalho para ele, ele ficou feliz que ele pode fazer isso.
Oh, and just because of the fact that even with one eye, I'm not blind. Is the fact that when I work on the Cheetos, looking for faces. I just happened to draw someone as lovely as that young lady back there. I said, wow, what a beautiful camera person we got back there. I can only hope to do justice.
We're talking about New 52, so I have one question about this also. It's about your character design for Superman. It started a little bit of a controversial, something about hairstyle.
Let me start there. I had nothing to do with the design of Superman. I didn't design Superman. I didn't design the Power Girl costume. That was the thing. In the case of Power Girl, that got me a little upset. I was the artist who was going to draw that, and they never asked me to design the costume. I hated that costume.
We have a very good researcher in our website called Thomas, and he said that the controversy about hairstyles and something that in the character of Clark Kent, they said that it's not too much, it's kind of outdated, but our researcher said that you, as a trait of your work, always try to do something new with the character of Superman. I don't know if you realize that consciously, that always put something new, Superman, something he's contemporary to Superman in your portrait of him.
Well, the thing is, in Superman, he's not supposed to be trendy. I think they made a mistake when they decided to give him sideburns when they gave him long hair in the back. They said, that's not Superman. I mean, not everyone is going to be paying attention to what the latest fashion is, what the latest trend is. No. He came from a farm in Kansas. How hip is he going to be?
That's what we thought, but...
I agree. No. And also, unless you make it consistent, one of the biggest problems I find in the ways they do the characters now is that every artist is allowed to do it their way. So it's like, this artist Superman doesn't look like that artist Superman. It doesn't look like the same character. To me, when I draw characters, I try to look at the comics and try to get the look. I consider myself like a police artist. The ones who, when you describe a person, a criminal, that they're there to try to draw them. You may have 3 different artists drawing the character 3 different ways, but they all should have the basic look of the same person, just different styles. That's what I think we should be doing with people like Superman. Not, well, this is a George Perez face, this is a Jim Lee face, this is a John Byrne face. This is not the same face. The only thing that makes it Superman is the costume. And that goes back to what I said about, I don't believe these characters are just puppets in costumes. They're human beings, the same human being in costume. And it's just one character. And that's something that I'm very, very strict about it. That's one of the reasons I use real people when I do my own series. It makes me pay attention to the basics. Goodbye.
fazer o trabalho dele, porque são pessoas, não são marionetes, né? Não é só a roupa que está ali, é um ser humano. Então, não é, esse é o rosto do fulano de tal, não. Ele tem o mesmo rosto, você pode mudar o estilo dele, mas ele é uma pessoa, não era para você ficar mudando toda hora.
I talk a lot.
Ele é contra os personagens estarem mudando de rosto a cada desenhista diferente. Então ele acha que o personagem é um ícone, o personagem ele tem aquele rosto e o básico, e aí sim, pode ser interpretado, mas tem que ter uma consistência. E ele fala que ele é um policial dos desenhos. Ele tenta sempre observar, retrato falado, né? Ele observa e ele está sempre tentando reproduzir o mais fiel possível a algum estilo que ele goste ou ao ícone que o personagem é, que o ícone que ele representa.
Pessoal, vamos encerrar. O George tem have a autograph